Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and we're again here in the studio for discussing the feature movies in ELT and as an extracurricular activity. So far, we have discussed 2 times, right?
Right.
And today we have some students over here, and we invited them to join us and to get their ideas and about their comments about the movies shown so far. And first of all, they're gonna just say something about themselves, and then we go and we continue, right?
Hello, my name is Aysolo, English Language and Literature Department.
Hello, my name is Adamata, the same, English Language and Literature Department.
Very good. So we are very glad you're here to express your ideas about the movies and the movie sessions. And first of all, I would like to ask Professor Carlson. And you had discussions yesterday before the movie, right?
Yes.
And for 15 minutes.
20 minutes.
About the activities you have. I mean, we have just
Right.
given them.
I asked
handout.
their impressions of the movie, The King's Speech. They all gave their ideas about the speech, what was interesting for them, accent, differences between American and British English comes out in this movie. So they gave their impressions about the demeanor in the royal family, how the royals talk with the commoners, for example. This was so social differences that appear in this movie. These were their main impressions of the movie.
Did they have any impression about the language they use? I mean, it's a King's English, right?
Right. Particular language they use, which differentiates classes in Britain. Upper class have a particular language, particular dialect, pronunciation, whereas the commoners have what they call Cockney English, which is really common, common to the but we don't like to use the term lower class, upper class, but this does distinguish people in Britain.
But they say,
Language.
I mean, they say King's English, right?
Yes, the King's English,
And
or
if
Oxford
they
English.
just name that
Oxford
King's English, so
Yep.
is there any problem to say so?
Not really. It's more Oxford English.
Oxford English,
which is spoken by the royal family.
Sure.
But some try to be on equal terms with the lower classes. I mean, like Princess Di was very common, and the Princess of Wales, she's very common.
Yeah.
Catherine, and they try to integrate into the lower.
Thank you.
Nowadays.
I'm sorry. What is your first impression about the discussions before the movie? I mean, the previous movie. You were there, right?
Yeah, yesterday I was there. And
what was your comment?
I want to say, underline that there was very good discussion with Professor Carlson, and also one detail that students were focused on the characters. They like
on the characters?
Yes, characters, and they expressed their opinions, which character was closer to them, which character's personality they liked. Yes, I just noticed this.
Yes.
The deep side of the movie, maybe. I have never thought of that. It's interesting. You were there?
Yes.
Also, you were in discussion yesterday?
I was not in discussion.
Yes,
I
I
could not
was. The things which was like in audience, they said that they liked the personality of King's wife.
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
she
right.
really devotedly loved him, and even his stammering, like she says that he's stammering better. Like I love his stammering. Yes.
Deeply.
I married him. I wouldn't
yes.
have married him if he did not stammer. That's the message I got. She loved his stammering.
And about the film, it was really good film, like from motivational side, because just he could overcome his complex. It's like big problem when person is stammering, and he just does it. Yes, it was really cool. Just this movie showed me, like, if you want something, you can overcome anyway if you really want it. And about his parents and nanny was very bad because he was treated in childhood in a bad way. His brother was like beloved by the members of family much more than him, and that's why maybe he had problems from childhood.
Maybe they can reflect the reality.
Yes.
Yes.
We
It
don't know
reflects
exactly.
reality.
What I really liked in the film is the speech, the accent of Helena Bonham Carter. I really love her speech. I really love her acting style. I really appreciate, well, like her, well, how to say, the effect she gives. She played the villain character in the Harry Potter movie series, and that was outstanding. Here she played.
So you're
the really
familiar with the
supportive-
character, huh?
Yep. She is
It's
very
interesting.
supportive. She always close to the king, supporting him. That's
Yes.
what I really liked in that
Yes.
film.
Okay, this is the discussion of the movie. We
Yeah.
can discuss many hours, but it is
Yes.
not our this format of this talk. I mean, this conversation. I would like to ask you your opinion about showing the feature movies as part of a curricular activity in language teaching. Your personal opinion as students here.
What I did not like in this is that the movies are always with subtitles.
No, we're not talking about we're not talking about the movie and the technical things. We're talking about here
About the session.
the sessions. So we are just the project managers here. This is a project. This is a part of the extracurricular activity, not just a movie watching session. You can watch the movie at home in your office, sit and relax and coffee and watch the movie, no problem. But here, we let the students watch the movie to save time for it, at least 2 hours, and as part of the curricular activity, extracurricular activity. So, what is your opinion
This is
about using these feature movies to help their understanding, comprehension, to help their learning English better and better?
Yes, it is really good. But I learned some expressions that we did not study, some idiomatic words, idiomatic phrases that are very good. And one thing I liked in that is that the accent difference in each film. Each film had different actors. They have different accents and their speech also. The order of their speech is different. That's what I really like because I use their style of speech in my almost everyday life and in my writing too. But I'm here mostly. I come to the film just to watch, not just to watch, but also to listen. And there is a problem. As I said before, the subtitles attract my attention, so that's why I cannot listen to their speech, their accents.
Okay.
We're aware of
that's-
that.
We can-
Don't worry about it. We are
We're
aware
aware
of
with
that,
this.
right?
Yes.
And we just do that on purpose. As Carlson
Yeah.
and
In the
me and
future, we'll
Dildasan
introduce
just-
some films
we
with
decide
no
on that.
subtitles.
Okay.
So the students first get used to this.
Yeah.
They have to get used to this to associate
Most
this.
probably next semester you don't have any subtitle.
Oh, that's
I know you lose track of conversation when the movie actions
Yes.
while you're watching reading the subtitles. But it also helps.
Yes.
See, it also, and at the same time, it also helps both hearing and reading, right?
Yes.
So what you hear,
Yes.
you read.
It helps
But
in
it takes
comprehension.
time. It takes time, yeah.
It's originally intended for deaf and dumb people who cannot
Yeah.
hear. And that's the original intention of the subtitles.
Or here,
these-
for some people, hearing problems. Yeah. But what is your opinion about this? Same question. Do I have to repeat the question?
No, it's really good opportunity to learn something about culture and language as well, because as Adamata said, like accents are different all the time and films are different all the time. Like it's not taken by one director or something like this. It wasn't taken in one place, and it's cool. Just by watching the movies, we can improve our language and also learn about culture. And I'm really proud that we have such possibility to see and discuss these things.
As a matter of fact, you might have the same possibility by yourself, no problem. you could go and buy the CD and DVD or watch it. But we do something else different here,
Yeah.
very different. And as Gilda Sanam and Mr. Carlson and me, and we just work very hard on that. First of all, we have to collect the students and invite them.
Yes.
It is a big problem. And you,
Yeah.
as the members of the students, I mean, the representatives maybe, you can invite them, you can just tell them, okay? And it is not only the movie watching session. And Gilda Sanam, you see our students seem to be very happy with the movies. Okay? We discussed some of the extracurricular activities or practices about the movies last week, you remember?
Yeah.
And what else do you add for that? I mean, before the discussion of the previous movies, before watching the next movie. So what do you think about timing and the time and the students' participation? What is your idea?
Okay, so yesterday, together with students, I watched one more movie, Beautiful Mind, and really it touched me. And I think the same happened with our students. And of course, yesterday we did this activity, yes, Mr. Carson. Before movie, we just made a small discussion, yes, connected with characters, with the main idea. This is good, I think, and maybe it would be better if we do it every time. Maybe
You say
15,
every time
20.
before each movie, right?
Yes,
time.
before each movie, yeah.
Yes, after the movie, it might be difficult, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
to
To
think
keep
it can
them
be
over
different.
there in the
One
movie
of the
theater.
Yes.
problems
Yes.
is when we have a long movie, to have a discussion before the movie might keep the students too long. It goes past 6 o'clock. Doors are locked.
As yesterday,
And,
yeah.
yes, and perhaps we have to rethink the timing of this.
Reconsider timing again.
Yeah, reconsider the timing for next semester.
Why not?
So
Yeah, we can maybe talk about it, I mean, which is the suitable time for students.
Maybe have
and for
separate-
for us as well, because we are teaching.
maybe have separate discussion sessions and separate movie watching sessions, which do not coincide with one another.
Inserted in the curriculum, you mean?
Maybe twice a week. One
once- one day
session would be
watched.
purely discussion.
One day,
Next-
just discussion. Yeah.
Yes, next day would be
definitely.
movie.
It's also a good idea.
Because to put the two together takes a lot of time.
Tuesday watching.
At the same time,
Thursday
if you do that,
discuss.
we cannot find the same students in the same
Yeah.
place.
That's the
In
problem.
discussion,
That's true.
different students in watching movie, I
Yes,
mean,
that's true.
session, different students. So
Are we-
why don't we do that? For example, it's just a suggestion, right? And we are having movie here for 2 hours, for example,
Yes.
and we just let them watch 1 hour
1
only.
hour.
And 30 minutes discussion maybe, or 20 minutes. We can decide on that.
And continue the next week.
Yeah, and then next week. So we don't need to show all the movie and all the movie all the way down to the end. So we can maybe we could do it in half.
Yes.
And otherwise, it's going to be a problem for us to get the students in the same studio.
Right.
I mean, for discussion and for watching. And if you don't mind, we are running out of time. Almost, we have 10 minutes more probably. And I would like to ask your opinion, my opinion, myself, and yesterday's movie, A Beautiful Mind, and, which is a very, very interesting movie, right?
It's based on
Yeah.
fact. It's a
And,
factual movie.
And did you watch the movie?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, if you don't mind, I would like to ask that.
Okay.
What is your opinion about, I mean, as a movie, again, the only thing here you have to emphasize, the movie in terms of teaching language,
In terms of teaching.
nothing else. Nothing else. We don't criticize the characters.
Yeah.
We don't criticize the scenes, naked scenes. We don't care about that. We care about the language, the authentic language, the culture, the settings, and the people, and the traditions
Okay.
given or revealed in the in the movie. What do you think about this?
Can I start?
You can start anytime. But you can be more and more gentleman. Maybe just ladies first.
I watched in the YouTube real John Nash documentary about John Nash.
Right.
Yeah, and his speech is far different from the speech of the Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe has a kind of particular accent that is quite hard to understand. Every time I
Australian.
watch,
He's
He's Australian,
Australian.
yes.
Yeah.
I watched his
This
films.
because of
For example.
he's Australian, maybe.
For example, like, I watch his films, and of course, in every film he has different accent. For example, in the Man of Steel, he portrays Jor-El, and there his
No,
speech
you're
is different.
deviating the subject.
I'm sorry, but his
Please.
speech is different.
No, we are not criticizing
on
his
this
accent.
Well, I want to say
Just
exactly.
What did you
tell me
learn?
about
What
the
did you
Yes.
learn from
What
this
did you
movie?
learn from that movie?
Oh, from the movie.
I mean, how does it help you? For example, when I watched the movie second time, I watched that, and I had to watch this movie to prepare the activities, and as Mr. Carson did, and we watched that. Every time we watch, we see different aspects, right?
Right.
I mean, different
Oh, yeah.
different aspects in terms of language and used in the movie. And how does it help you? What kind of feelings do you have when you watch? Oh, the accent is very good. The language is used very smoothly, understandable, and you can say something about this.
Oh, I don't know. He's the exact speech of the John Nash in the film is quite uncomprehendable, because it was a bit harder for me to comprehend what he's saying,
Why?
rather than the Alicia.
Because of the mathematical terms,
Yeah.
terminology?
No.
used? Or the-
Mathematical terminology are quite familiar to me. That's not the difference, but exactly the speech, and I think he pronounces the words not till the end. Well, it's not new, but that's why
Well,
for me it's a bit harder.
He was trying to be very casual. It was difficult for him because he's a genius. And it's
He is
difficult-
genius, and then he
difficult.
becomes.
Yeah, it's difficult to relate to people. He had a hard time relating to people, and his speech reflected this. You know, he would not finish sentences. He would not. But this has to be understood, you know, from the beginning, that he was socially a backward person, John Nash. He had trouble communicating, trouble relating to people, and particularly the opposite sex. You know, he was very embarrassed when the girl
Yes.
asked him for a date, you know, to go to dinner. He was very embarrassed. He was shuffling, you know, and
Maybe he's just creating a new character, right?
yes.
There is his character over there. I mean, it's a beautiful mind. So, and some people are just picking on him, right, around him.
Yeah, yeah.
And some FBI guy and the other guys.
Yes.
And this is not easy for them and for him. And he ends up to be something else, somebody different, right?
Right, right.
And what do you think about this? Any idea?
Language was a little bit hard, yes, to understand, because the sentences, like,
He ellipses
Yes.
sentences, yes.
and words not till the end, and it was we had to watch the subtitles.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
another
where subtitles
question.
were
maybe.
useful, right?
We have
Yes.
to maybe remember we discussed about the questionnaire we were given. I mean, we plan to give
Yeah.
at the end of the session, right?
Session.
And maybe we might ask these kind of questions in the questionnaire.
Right. Their
To find
impressions
out,
of,
their feedback. I
of the
mean,
language.
okay, and let's say, as a matter of fact, in the end, how much % of the movie you understood, you comprehend? I mean, let's say without any help, without any outside help. Can you say 60%?
Yes, with the help of subtitles.
Okay, without subtitles, I mean, in terms of an audio comprehension,
It would be 50-50.
Yes,
we can
50.
turn off the subtitles. It's possible. You know, the subtitles in many languages, even Turkish.
Yes.
Even Turkish subtitles are in Turkish.
Yes.
Yeah.
In these movies, I bought them in Germany, and there are many Turks
Without
living in
subtitles,
Germany. So
it
they-
would be a bit harder. So with I think we would understand 50-50 of all the film with subtitles. But though they are attracting our attention, we can comprehend somewhere around 60-70%.
with subtitles.
well, it's maybe
With
you
subtitles.
Yes,
the
with
students all the students in the movie theater, not all the same level. I
Yes,
mean.
of
They are
course.
not at the same level, and but they're going to improve that after a certain time, probably 5 or 6 or 7 movies. They're going to improve that very well. That's why we want to help them. And any questions about anything to ask?
About the movie.
Movie and everything, and just with this project.
Oh. I imagined myself being captured, and well, you remember the scene when the Russell Crowe was dragged by the hospital members.
Psychiatric hospital.
Yeah, psychiatric hospital members, and he was shouting,
He
"I'm
end
held
up,
here
let's say
against.
he end up in psychiatric hospital. He didn't
I'm
want
held
that.
here against my will." I imagined myself in that situation, and that was horrible. And my question is that, how would you feel?
How would I feel myself?
Yes, if you were kept against your will in some way.
I would have the same feeling as Nash.
And what if you found out that it was just a hallucination?
Everybody is just picking on me, and everybody just getting on my nerves. How can be so calm and quiet? It's
Did you
impossible.
understand in the film that all this were hallucinations?
Yes.
Was this clear from the?
Yes.
If you didn't know anything about John Nash beforehand, would you have understood
yes,
that these were
I would
hallucinations?
I would.
I didn't at first. I thought these were real characters, because I did not know
Yes,
about
it-
the
At first,
hallucinations.
yeah.
At first, it is really impressive.
Right.
But then, when he sees his Charles in the, when he was, when he just arrives to the psychiatric hospital, he sees his friend Charles sitting in the library.
Right.
That was the moment I was very confused.
Yes. And the
Very
little girl,
confused.
he says, never aged.
Then
It doesn't age from year to year. So he realized himself that it could have been hallucinatory.
Yes. When he hugs the Marcy, the little girl, and when he, I'd say, kisses her forehead, and one the boy.
Again, you're
one,
deviating our subject.
that was
You're the master of that. Okay, I just repeat the question once more. What kind of activity we might have as an handout? I mean, Jilusanam, you might also just add something. So we give first of all we give them quotations.
About
It's not very
yesterday's.
difficult. I mean, sometimes it is very difficult. Sometimes it's very easy to just get a track of they following the movie while they're watching it. It's quite useful. We tried that many times
Yeah.
in our movie watching session before coming here, and we also give trailer. I mean, not trailer, just plot, right?
Right.
Plot and summary and the characters. And at the end, we also give a comprehension question, which we discuss before the next movie starts. We might add some more activities if you like.
What about introducing more idioms?
Yeah,
The first film,
idioms
I
and set
gave a
phrases
list
are-
of
would be
idioms.
Yeah.
great.
maybe
idioms.
we might have time during the
Consider-
semester break.
Yes,
We can
To work
just
on it.
prepare some idioms.
that are used in the film, right.
Uh,
And some idioms have caught
Yeah.
on, like in Casablanca, there's this famous quote.
It is, yeah.
Here's looking at
Here's
you,
looking
kid.
at you, kid.
And people remember this quotation, and they
Yeah.
associate with with Casablanca.
As I remember, as far as I remember, in The Great Gatsby, there are really many
There's also-
set phrases and
Yes.
idioms. I think we should.
So we should probably
This is the
highlight
masterpiece
these.
of the literature.
Yes.
We should highlight these maybe in the next.
Yeah. Okay, I need your last remarks, last opinions. We're gonna just close down almost in 1 or 2 minutes.
The film session is quite good because we have to rearrange our time schedule for according to that, so that we can watch the film with all the rest. And one thing, it is very tremendous. It has very tremendous effect on our speaking skills. So I think I will continue coming.
Okay, thank you very much for coming and joining us. And we are always welcoming some of the students every time. And after the movie watching session here in the studio, thank you very much. And we're gonna next week or next time maybe we're gonna have different students with different topics and ideas and discussion with the different movies again. Thank you so much.